Welcome back. A major breakthrough from Australian researchers has found that avoiding plastic for just 7 days can reduce levels of harmful chemicals in our bodies by up to 50%.
Wow, from cleaning products to clothing and cosmetics, microplastics can be hard to escape. So today we are revealing the simple swaps and how your family can adopt a low plastic diet. And Dr. Scott Wilson, Research Director for the Australian Microplastic Assessment Project, joins us live. Good morning to you, Scott.
Good morning. Good morning.
So this research is out of Perth. How significant is it?
It's groundbreaking, actually. What it's showing is that small changes can make big differences in the chemicals associated with the plastics in our bodies.
Okay, and what are some of those small changes?
Yeah, it's quite simple reduction, so about not, getting plastic in our lives as much as possible. So the types of products we use around the home, the food that it's whether it's coming wrapped or not in plastic, are all helps reduce the plastic.
Yeah, run us through some of the items commonly found in a kitchen that people could potentially swap out. The chopping boards.
Yeah, the chopping board's a simple one. So get rid of your plastic one. Wooden ones are the next step. There's new titanium ones that are even better.
And they sharpen your knives, don't they?
That's right.
As you use them
as you
well.
go.
I mean, but you can see with the plastic one what's happening, like that you're actually cutting into the plastic that's going into your food. So that's pretty obvious. The other thing is whenever you're putting heat on anything.
Exactly. So anytime you heat up plastic, you are releasing the chemicals and the microplastics.
Scott, what's this one in the middle here? So we've got bad, better and best, so the plastic through to the titanium. What's the middle one?
So the middle one's your wooden, maybe a bamboo.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, as you can see on these types of boards, they're glued together, and so the glues are plastic in essence. So
after a bit of wear, that can sort of start coming out.
If you got one that was, from one piece, because you can buy those ones that are from one piece, I assume that's better too. So
definitely.
It's the devil's in the detail, right? Let's look at the next one about bad, better and best. So kitchen sponges.
Yes.
So bad. Anything with the green.
Oh no, I use that one.
Yeah, those ones. Every time you scour into it, you're going to be releasing microplastics.
Oh.
The Chucks ones or that type of brand are kind of a bit better, but they're still going to release some. And then the products that are made from natural.
So what's that
materials.
made of? Come look.
So this is sure. That's a coconut fibre and a natural cellulose sponge.
Yeah, I mean, look, the other thing I always wonder about, and my mum used to harp on about this 40 years ago, to wash off your soapy bits, you know, as you're doing it. I mean, that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
It is. We've kind of forgotten a lot of those old traditions that are helping us with our general health.
All right, Scott, talk to us about kettles. This is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kettles, yes. So, obviously when you're boiling water, anytime you heat up things with plastic, and your typical plastic kettle is going to be releasing microplastics, you can go for kind of a blend, part plastic, part metal, but really the ones that are full glass or full with a metal backing are the best option.
Okay. I'm just looking at all this. I think I might be around 30% plastic at this point because I've got all those bad ones, the plastic kettle and the sponges.
Simple
that is just such an obvious one when you think about it, isn't it? Because you're heating it up. The other one is coffee cups.
Yes.
Let's have a look at what options we've got here. So bad, which is that?
Your takeaway coffee cup, it's plastic line. Even though they're cardboard on the outside, they're plastic line and the microplastics come off quite easily. Then you might have a solid plastic keep cup. That's better, but it still has potential to release microplastics. Something that is glass or metal is the best option.
But I wonder about this top part. So that looks like that's silicone.
That is silicone.
Is that okay?
Silicone's better because it's a different type of material than a typical plastic. So the jury's still out on silicone, but it's at this stage it's okay.
And fermented foods.
Very quickly, fermented foods as well. There's been a very tiny study.
Yes.
And it's proving that it can sort of reduce.
So the bacteria in kimchi has been found to remove plastics out of our bodies. So the bacteria attaches the microplastics and then you release it out.
That is amazing.
Potentially some good news there.
These segments, when we do them, they just go absolutely gangbusters. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
it's
Scott.
so practical and helpful. And if you've got tips, let us know too on how to avoid microplastics. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks, mate.